Welcome to your Magnetic Purpose podcast, where human design meets astrology and tarot. I'm your host, Ashley Hood. Get ready to explore, evolve, and embrace your fullest potential. Welcome to a journey of self-discovery like no other. Projectors are the most conditioned out of any of the energy types. Or at least that's what Ra, the founder of human design, said in one of his lectures. Welcome back, everybody. I'm your host, Ashley Hood, and today we are going to get into all of the magic that makes up a projector. But let's start with what a projector is in human design. So a projector is our wise guides. They're the overseers. They, back in the day, would have been like the person that you went to them to find out a new path forward. They have a really penetrating and intense aura where they can really focus on a person, a situation, and see it for what it is. And they have an understanding that not the other energy types can gain access to. A projector is someone who is designed to wait for an invitation. Now, when I hear wait for an invitation, it almost sounds like a white letter being delivered to you, inviting you to share your opinion, but it's not that. An invitation for a projector is just waiting to be recognized. If you are a projector, play around with how this shows up for you, but it's really just being ready and recognized for your opinion or your thoughts or your understanding of a situation. And waiting isn't meant to sound passive. It's not passive at all. If anything, waiting is standing in your worth and in your wisdom and waiting for divine timing to come forward. When you are truly recognized for who you are and the gifts that you have in this life and what you're meant to share with the people around you, the collective, that is when you're truly in your power. Every corporation, every friend group, every family can really benefit from having a projector in their life because they just have this view that only a projector can see, and they really understand a situation for what it is. So while they are waiting for that recognition, think of it more of divine timing. The recognition that comes to you is meant to be fulfilling for you, and it is meant to be a place where you can actually offer up your expertise in a way that feels aligned for you. You'll be able to understand a projector that maybe is not in alignment because you're going to hear things like, if you would have just listened to me the first time, or I talk and talk and talk, but nobody's paying attention, or what I said fell on deaf ears. And all of those situations and that statement might be true, but the real thing is for a projector's message to be absorbed and picked up by the person they're trying to share it with, they really have to be asked for their opinion or invited into that space to be able to share their wisdom, or else honestly and literally, they just can't hear you. So it's not about you being ignored or not listened to, but if you really want your message to land and to resonate, you have to be seeked out for your opinion in that situation. You'll also know that as a projector, when you're out of alignment, that you have this deep, almost angry sense of bitterness or resentment that's inside of you. When you're feeling bitter or resentful, that's how you know that you are sharing your gifts or your powers or your talents with the wrong people, that the right invitation wasn't being given to you or the right recognition hasn't been given to you. But when you feel successful and you feel at peace inside, that is how you know that you're on the right path and that your message really landed with people. And now again, success can feel very different to everybody else. So if you are a projector, try and think back to a time where you did feel really successful in a conversation, in a job, in a situation, and try and remember what that felt like in your body. Once you can start to pick up those clues, that's how you're going to start to move with your alignment, because you're going to be able to understand what that feeling inside is and how unique it is to you. So again, for a projector, you're on the right path if you have that deep sense of success and fulfillment. But if you have that burning resentment or bitterness, that's how you know that you're on the wrong path, you're out of alignment, and you are not being recognized for the greatness that you are. But because this is the Magnetic Purpose podcast, of course, we're going to add in a little bit of astrology and tarot. So when it comes to the projector, the card that comes to mind is the High Priestess. The High Priestess in tarot is the all-knowing guide. She has such deep wisdom inside of her, and she is just ready to share it to anyone that comes to her altar. She has one foot in the material plane and one foot behind the veil. So she really has this like deep overarching understanding of the way that both heaven and earth are meant to work together. And also this understanding of how situations are supposed to play out. The High Priestess is regal and she is so embodied in her intuition that she doesn't need any external validation to know what is right for her and what is right with the message that she's sharing. She's all about that deep inner knowing and that deep sense of trust within yourself. So when I put this together with the projector, it really goes about the resonance of knowing that this wisdom is inside of you and people need to come to your altar and ask for your opinion on things, ask for your insight on things. That is how you know that you're getting the right recognition in divine timing. Let people come to you. Being a projector and being the High Priestess is all about patience. It is sitting in your worth, sitting in your wisdom, and just knowing that the right person and opportunity is going to come and seek you out and ask you to be a part of something bigger because they need the exact expertise, visionary that you are. So when you're waiting for your invitation, when you're waiting for your recognition, it's not this sense of angst. You're supposed to be sitting there and just waiting to be recognized because you have so much deep wisdom inside of you and you know it and you don't need to be sharing it with people who don't deserve your messaging. Now, if I'm going to think about this in an astrological sense, I like to bring in Juno. She was the goddess of Jupiter. Jupiter is all about expansion and abundance, and it's this beautiful planet that will push you to your edge so that you can grow. And much like a projector and the High Priestess, that is the same energy. Juno was also known as the goddess of sovereignty, just like the High Priestess and a projector. It is sitting in your own self-worth and just knowing that the right opportunities and the right invitations and all of the recognition that you seek is going to come to you. You just have to be patient. Now, Juno also was the goddess of war and fertility, so take that how you will, but having such a powerful goddess associated with the projector and the High Priestess really does speak volumes of knowing your worth and understanding how actually powerful you are. And I want to just jump back a little bit to talking about a invitation. So it's not just about being invited to share your wisdom. It is also about being invited by the universe to surrender and trust the divine timing. And it's not going to be a consistent, time and time and time again invitation from the same person. You are going to get an invitation and then you move forward. And then you're going to get a new invitation and move forward. It's not going to be an invitation of the same person taking advantage of you and using all of your resources. That's not what you're here for. They say that when it comes to the projector, you really have to rewrite your understanding of energy types and quote unquote laziness. Because the magical thing about a projector is what they can get done in a short 4-hour span would take any other energy type anywhere from 8 to 10 hours to accomplish. Because the projector is so focused and detailed in what they're doing, they can just move time and space to finish off what they are working on. And then they need a little bit of rest time to go back into their own aura. I also think it's kind of funny too that they say that projectors should sleep alone, that it is important for a projector being a non-energy type to sleep in their own aura. And I find this funny because I'm a generator, my husband is a manifesting generator, and our sweet little daughter is a projector. And, she can be all day being like, I'm tired. I don't want to do this. I don't want to go to bed. And then, right when we all go to get into bed together, she will all of a sudden just be filled with energy because she is now taking a part of our sacral energy. And now she has energy and she's just ready to go. So, I do think that there is some truth in maybe a projector being able to sleep in their own aura, but however that looks to you. So, some ways that you can start to harness all of this energy between Juno, the projector, and the high priestess is first of all, journaling. Now, the importance of journaling is so vast. There's so many great things that can come out of it, but especially for a projector, journaling is so key because it really gives you a safe place to share your wisdom, to share your point of view, to share your guidance. And then maybe if you're not being recognized at the right time by who you're hoping will give you that recognition, at least you have a journal of all of your thoughts and your ideas so that maybe when that person does come around, like a boss or a friend who's ready to finally hear your message, you have all of your understanding and your wisdom written down. When it comes to journaling, I always find that flow writing is really effective because it gives you a way to set a timer. You know that you are going to be writing for this specific amount of time and you can almost do a brain dump in the very beginning, especially if your zodiac is one of the air signs where you have a lot of mental chatter. It's really great to be able to just get everything down on the page so that you can remove all of that first and then really start getting to the heart of the situation and gaining clarity around it. Especially if you are a emotional projector, you're going to want to do this because you are going to be riding that emotional wave while journaling. And once you get the highs and the lows of your message out of the way, you're going to get to your neutral spot. And when you're at neutral is when you find clarity. Or if you're a splenic projector, being able to sort of write out all your fears and your like intuitive hits that came in throughout the day, you're going to start to be able to piece those together. And then just that alone can be an invitation for you. You don't always need to be looking for an invitation from an external source. Sometimes the invitation can come from within. It is when you ask your own self to go deeper, to learn more, to answer these questions inside of you, you're giving yourself that recognition, that invitation, and that trust. That also ties back into the high priestess that knows that all of the answers are already within her. When Ra was saying that projectors were the most conditioned of any of the energy type, I really think it's because it is redefining that idea of, hustle and burnout and hustle and burnout. And it's more of like, what can we do with the time that we are given and how can we make the most impact with that time? And there's nobody who understands that more than a projector. But also, the projector can start to feel really bitter and misunderstood if they feel like they're constantly sharing this really valuable advice, but no one is receiving it. I would imagine that a really big theme for a projector and a really big conditioning is feeling misunderstood or taken advantage of. But again, no one can hear your really great advice that you have unless they've asked you for it. So practicing patience is key. Now, another way that a projector can start to practice patience is maybe doing some kind of yoga or meditation. I think also being able to do Kundalini yoga is really great, especially if you're a non energy type. And when I say a non energy type, I mean you're not a generator or manifesting generator that has that like sacral energy that they can create their own energy. But when you're practicing Kundalini, you start to activate every one of your chakras or your energy centers, and you start creating this intense energy within, moving through your body. So if you're ever feeling bitter or resentful, doing Kundalini is just going to help to remove all of that resentment so that you can get to a clearer place. So I really hope that you all enjoy this and you understood a little bit more about yourself as a projector or the projectors in your life. Really harnessing the energy of the High Priestess and just knowing how insanely powerful you are, but then also playing along with the energy of the goddess Juno. Just knowing that you are here to be in your sovereignty. You are here to be so worthy of your own time and attention. And the right people are going to recognize that in divine timing. So I invite you all to go over to yourmagneticpurpose.com and download your free energy influence chart. This is going to show you how you show up in relationships, whether it be at work, romantic, family, whatever, by understanding what centers you have defined and undefined. That is going to be a key part to understanding the influence that you have as a human being on those around you. So until next time, here is to health, wellness, and weirdness. I am your host, Ashley Hood, and I will see you in the next episode. Take care. If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure to like, share, and subscribe wherever you stream your podcast. For more resources and tools to explore human design, tarot, and astrology, head over to yourmagneticpurpose.com and book a live one-on-one reading or download your free chart. Remember, the more that you align with your purpose, the more opportunities you attract.